Hey guys, welcome to the channel, or welcome back. My name is Ania, and today I'm gonna be sharing with you some things that you can do at home during the fall time. So it's officially spooky season, cuddle season, whatever you want to call it. It's officially that time of year. Now, if we could just get the weather to act right, things would be solid. So anyway, since during this fall time we're gonna be pretty much staying at home, which honestly just sucks, we're gonna have to make sure that we actually have some nice things to do, some fun things to do, right? So I have 5 tips, 5 things you guys can do indoors during this fall season, and I really hope you guys enjoy this video. All right, so my first one is gonna be to start a new book. Yeah, I know, you told yourself so many times, I don't have time to read a book, I have too much going on, what book do I even read, blah, 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 blah. Excuses. Now, if you're someone like me who enjoys reading, but constantly tells myself like I don't have enough time to read, I have too much going on, guess what? We're still stuck in quarantine. So you do have time. You have time to get everything you want to get done. You just gotta plan for it. So basically, yeah, starting a new book is a really great way to evolve your mind, if you will. And I'm sure we all have some books laying around, or Amazon is just a click away. We can always buy that book we've been wanting to read for a while. And so that's what we should do. Now, at the beginning of this year, I set a goal to read 12 books by the end of the year. So basically 1 book a month. I felt like even with my changing busy schedule, I was like, I could at least read 12 books, right? I mean, that's not super hard. However, life kind of got the best of me during this whole pandemic, and I miserably failed that goal. However, it's never too late. I think reading some books is better than not reading anything at all. So I will share with you guys the books that I have read this year, and the one that I kind of started but didn't finish that hopefully I can finish before the end of this year. So the first book I read, which you probably won't be surprised, this is Paper Towns by John Green. So I did read this book, I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. It wasn't my favorite John Green book, I will say, but it was pretty good and I enjoyed it. So this was one of the first books that I read this year. The next book I read was The Fault in Our Stars. So I know this one is a super cliche. You can say whatever you want, I won't be offended. It's a pretty good book. That's why it has all the hype behind it. And I've actually read this book probably 3 times now, but I still just get in my feels when I read it. I also think the book is way better than the movie. Don't at me, I'm just saying. The next one I read was An Abundance of Catherines, also by John Green. Do you sense the theme? This book was pretty interesting for a couple different reasons. I just wasn't really expecting it to end the way that it ended. I don't know, I would probably give it like a 6 out of 10. It was alright, but I got through it, so it couldn't have been that bad. And last but not least, if The Fault in Our Stars isn't my favorite John Green book, then Looking for Alaska is. This book is really good. I really enjoyed it. So remember, these are all my opinions. You might hate these books, but the point is that you read a book that you like, not a book that I like, unless we're into the same books. It doesn't really matter. But I enjoyed this book. This was the first book I read this year, and it definitely had me hooked. I think I finished this book the fastest out of all the other ones. All right, and then lastly, we have a book called The Young Elites, and this is what it looks like. Now, this book I enjoyed a lot. I didn't finish it, as you can tell by this little bookmark here, but this is the book that I'm hoping to finish, along with a couple others that I really wanted to read this year. This book kind of surprised me. It's not really in the realm of like books I feel like I would normally read, but I had it in like this little personal collection that I have, so I figured I might as well read it. And it's very different, but I like it. So I hope to finish this book, and if I don't finish this book, you guys will never see it again, so you'll know I never finished it. But that's the goal. That's what we're gonna try to do. All right, so my next tip would be to start a new hobby. Now, I'm somebody who likes to learn and try different new things all the time. So I make stickers for my bullet journal. I have gotten into macrame, and I've made macrame wall hangings in the past. I have a deep love for video and photography. Shout out to MCA. I know some of you guys are here. And so I'm always wanting to learn how to get better and do new things with that stuff. So that would be my suggestion. Start a new hobby. It could be crocheting, it could be knitting, it could be video editing, it could be starting a photography business, it could be creating stickers. One of the things that helped me when I was learning to do macrame specifically was this book. So it's a macrame pattern book. This was a gift, and this book has so many different designs in it. Honestly, I should really get back into it because I was kind of good at it. I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I was kind of good at it. And yeah, and it's just, it literally teaches you how to do every single knot. And macrame is so like popular, especially with like hanging plants and stuff like that. People use it to cover up like open closets. So it's like really popular. So I'm just like, and oh my God, macrame hangings go for so much money on Etsy. It is ridiculous. So, you know, if you're really good with like yarn and things like that, and you want to make that, it's a really good way to make some extra money. Just putting it out there. All right, so the next thing I would suggest that you do would be to learn an instrument. Now, I know I'm pretty new to this whole YouTube thing, so a lot of you guys don't know a lot about me, but I have actually tried on multiple occasions to start YouTube channels, and they were centered around music. And so you can probably see where this is going. I actually, when I was younger, I taught myself how to play guitar and ukulele. I've also taught myself how to play the piano, although I still need a little bit of work on the piano. But I would suggest that if you have a love for it, you should try and learn to play an instrument. Now this guitar, it's gonna be kind of hard to see the whole thing, but this was a gift from my boyfriend. I thank him. I love this. I don't play as much as I used to, but I used to play it all the time. And like I said, I actually wanted to start a YouTube channel based on this. It didn't quite pan out. I wasn't really confident enough at the time to do it, but let's see if I still got it. Oh, guess not. Alright, anyway. Yeah, learn to play an instrument. You can play any instrument. Even if you just learn to play the triangle. You know, somebody's gotta do it, right? Alright, so my next one would be to start a journal. Now I know what you're thinking. Ania, you're kind of biased because you have a channel that you do bullet journaling on, and I know, but hear me out. You guys know that this is my bullet journal, my beloved bullet journal, and I'm probably never gonna let go of that. I'm always gonna recommend that people start a bullet journal because I know that it helped me out so much in my life, and I wanted to help you guys, which is why I keep bringing it up. However, bullet journals are not the only journals out there. You can make dream journals, you can make art journals, you can make fandom journals, you can make music journals, you can make any kind of journal you want to. Literally, it doesn't have to follow any sort of guidelines or restraints. But I think it's a great way to be creative. I think it's a great way to document this crazy time. I think it's a great way to be creative, and it's a great way to just let your thoughts out so you can deal with your emotions in a healthy way, because I know some of us need it. My bad, I didn't mean to call you out like that, but and also just to document us going through such a crazy time in history where like the whole world is experiencing something at the same time, because I don't think it's happened in this way before, and I don't really want to go through it if it happens again, but I guess it'd be kind of nice to look back and see how I dealt with that. So that's also kind of where my YouTube channel comes in, which you can start a YouTube channel too. It's up to you, but that has nothing to do with journaling. But I would say just start a journal, any kind of journal, get your thoughts out there. You know, I think you'll benefit from it. So that's why I'm giving you that tip. So my last tip is probably my favorite tip on this list, because I'm definitely gonna do it. Definitely gonna do this one. So my last tip is to either, or you can do both, but create a fall bucket list and a movie marathon list, because you guys know I'm gonna do it. Like, I'm gonna do it. So, fall bucket list, this was something I usually do. You know, it would include things like going to a pumpkin patch and picking out a pumpkin, or going on a long drive through a winding road so I can see all the different colors of the trees, or going for a walk and crunching on the leaves, and going to the beach for like a fall sunset type of thing, you know, like really fun, cute stuff like that. However, the state of the world right now, some of those things are just not on the list. Especially as somebody who works in healthcare, like I cannot even take the risk. I just need to be as safe as possible. I need to stay home. So that's why we're doing a movie marathon list. And in my last video, you guys gave me some really good suggestions of your favorite either horror or non-horror movies, just basically your favorite movies to watch during the fall. And so we're gonna compile that into a list, and I am going to watch those throughout this fall season. Y'all, I'm so excited for it to be October. I am so excited for Halloween, even though I'm gonna be at home, probably doing nothing but watching movies or hanging out with my boyfriend. It'll be something along those lines, but it'll be cool. We can also make some fun fall drinks like the classic pumpkin spice lattes, or hot chocolate with too many marshmallows, or we can color dye our drinks and make them pretty disturbing. So maybe we won't drink them, maybe we won't do that. But you know, there's so many different things, fun things that we can do. We can carve pumpkins if we want to. Something that I do in my room every year for the fall is I take this cup, I got it for my birthday when I went to San Francisco, and I always fill it with some kind of candy. I do this all the time, and it's as stupid as stupid does. So if you know what that's from, comment it down below. I feel like that one's pretty easy. And then also another bonus thing is we can light some fall candles. So this candle right here is spiced pumpkin. It smells so good. This big candle was $8 at Ross, and I've had this candle, this is like my second year that I've had it. So this is a big flex, like this is pretty good. And so light all the fall candles, set the mood, set the vibe. If you have LED lights, that's even better. I don't have any yet, but coming soon. I also like to decorate my room with little pumpkins and things like that, just to kind of make it feel like fall vibes, you know, that's what we're going for. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Also, thank you guys for all the love and support. I promise that I am so appreciative. It doesn't matter if we're a small family, we are mighty nonetheless. And again, I just want to show my gratitude. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next video.
Pas envie de recommencer ce qu'on ferait les parents, c'est bon, je l'ai vu cru, ça fait aïe, aïe. Moi, de toute façon, j'ai besoin de flow dessus du temps. J'ai besoin d'être sûr que t'es la bonne pour me faire oublier toutes mes